Hey friends, welcome to Heritage Ways. I'm Miss Katie, and this is where we honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. This is also where we hang clothes on the line, and where Little Music Man plays Legos, and Little Miss Homemaker makes a pot of tea, and John Boy chops wood, and Dad's at work in his office, literally in the middle of a cornfield, here in rural Ohio, on the outskirts of Amish country. Stay tuned and let's talk a bit. Today is early September, and the sun is shining brightly. The sky is blue and the clouds are fluffy and cumulus and beautiful. It's just a delight to be alive and share the joy of the Lord with you today. I'm in the middle of a chore that I love. Now, we'll talk about using the word chore as we go on in this series. Now, this series is called the Good Steward series that I'm working on with you this fall of 2021. And I hope that you're watching this after the fact too, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 years later, and I hope you can still glean helpful and valuable information for your life. We have always, that's not true, we've almost always had a clothesline in every house we've lived, or farm. And when we moved into this house, it had this little metal thing, and it only has the 2 lines, and Mr. Patient has not had time to build another one or add an extra line. That's on his list of things to do, bless his heart. But in the last farmhouse where we were in Middle Tennessee, I had 2 of the most beautiful and humongous homemade by Mr. Patient sturdy clotheslines that were just glorious. And so I do what I can with these lines. But I have always enjoyed coming to the clothesline and meeting the Lord here. And I don't mean that in any sacrilegious way, but in the most holy way. I can be quiet. I don't have earbuds in my ears. Well, I don't anyway on a normal anytime, but I come out here and I can just be one with the Lord and nature and think and pray. And I'm just so privileged to be able to, I'm so thankful for that privilege and that gift and that blessing. The Lord can dry my clothes. I can get some vitamin D on my son. I can commune with him. I can talk to him. I can cry at the clothesline. I can pray. I can talk. But it's just a great place to be quiet, peacefully productive, like I always try to encourage us all to be. So I wasn't hanging clothes on the line there for a while, and because I was just busy with other things. We've been in the house a year now. And Mr. Patient said the other day, he said, you know, I really want you to consider doing that on a regular basis, hanging clothes on the line, because he says, I know how much it helps you. The village church bells. Don't know if you can hear them. He said, I know how much it helps you. And I almost teared up because I said, thank you, number one, for knowing me that well. But thank you for encouraging me and admonishing me and edifying me as a brother. He's a brother in Christ. He's not just my husband. Consider that, y'all. Your spouses are, if you are all believers of the word and followers of the way, then you are brothers and sisters as well. And so we are encouraged to edify and build each other up and admonish. And so he says, you know, Katie, I really want you to hang clothes on the line for your sake. And I said, you know, thank you. Almost like giving me permission to step outside of my day and come out here and do this thing that I love. But I want to say it's a luxury. It was not a luxury to people back before dryers were invented. It was a necessity. But, you know, I could have thrown this stuff in my dryer, and some days I do. Most days I do try to hang the clothes on the line, and I encourage and expect the children to do so on the days that they do their laundry if it's not raining. Now, the Good Steward series I referred to is talking about how to be better stewards of all of our blessings. And that includes, I mean, it's everything. It's our health, and that includes mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, every aspect of our health. That includes finances. That includes our families, our children's, the loved ones we've been blessed with, to our children to care for, or grandchildren, or whoever you guardian or guard as a guardian. Our possessions, our belongings. Like I said, our family are believers of the Christ, followers of the Christ, and believers of the way, followers of the way, the Bible, the Holy Word of God. And if you're not, it's okay that you are here. We want you here. You're welcome here. You are welcome here. I'll respect you and you'll respect me, and maybe you'll learn something in the process, or maybe I will learn something in the process. That's what I love about this community. We can share with each other in the comments, and we can learn from each other, get ideas. So that's what the Good Steward's about. So in this video, in a few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about the four, haven't put a name on them yet. Y'all are welcome to help me do that. But 4 tenets, or 4 prongs that we want to kind of think about and base our understanding off of for the next couple of months, or a month, or however long I do this series. So y'all can help me come up with that. But those 4 things I want to share with y'all in an outline form today, and then we'll build on it later. But I want you to get a piece of paper and a pencil just so you can jot those down. And then I want you, if you're so inclined, to get a 3x5 card or a 4x6 card or whatever, or just a piece of paper, and color it, decorate it, draw on it, have your children draw on it, or I love to doodle, or I used to doodle and draw. I did that a lot with Bible journaling. I want to get back to that, but you can write those 4 things on that card and post it at your house. So that's one thing that you can do. So grab that pencil and paper. And then also I'm going to show you what I filmed a couple of days ago. And that is how I am starting to make my own homemade hot sauce, like Louisiana hot sauce, like hot pepper sauce. Well, I've got the first step that I did about 3 days ago, and then I'm going to follow up with that. So that will also be in this video. So I hope you will stay tuned for those 2 things. Now, I'm going to share as many resources as possible in this Good Steward. These resources could be things I'm affiliated with, things I'm not affiliated with, my friends' channels, good things, just good things. Because in Scripture, the older women are encouraged to share the good things and be keepers of home, and that Scripture that I love so much. Encouraged to share those things with the younger ones. So you don't have to be younger to appreciate this. These are my favorite clothespins. To my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. To my knowledge, they're the only ones made in the United States, and I like to support local. Nothing against other countries, but I feel like every country should support its own. So these are the most sturdy clothespins I've ever seen in my life. I can't remember the wood they're made out of, but I think they're maple. I may be wrong about that. I'm not affiliated, but I have talked to the company back 2 years ago about getting some branded with the Heritage Ways name, and that was just going to cost me more than I could handle. So I need to make some more. I need to earn some more Heritage Ways money before I can afford that, because you have to buy them up front and then sell them. But I love, love, love these. There's a guarantee. There's a 100% lifetime guarantee on these clothespins, and they'll replace it if one tears up or comes apart or whatever. Y'all, you can't beat a good guarantee. I mean, come on now. Guarantee is just, does it for me. So, these are strong, heavy duty. Now, I have others in my clothespin apron. You see, I made this. Yes, I have an apron on top of an apron. Here, let me see if I can show you my clothespin apron. Can you see it? I'm going, oh, it came undone, came untied. It's kind of a little bit tricky to wear it on top of an apron. But I plan on making these to sell once I tweak one little aspect of it. Anyway, back to the clothespins. Okay, here's a standard one you might buy, made overseas. And if you have been following me on, since I was on Instagram in 2015, you have heard of these. But, okay, there's the comparison. There's the comparison in size. And then, I mean, these are treated, obviously, with a nice stain. Whoa. These are flimsy. Oh, look, I just squeezed it and that happened. I mean, I didn't even mean for that to happen. I have, back when I was on Instagram, and I might do this on like a shorts video here on YouTube at some point, but I had blue jeans now, heavy blue jeans, clipped to my clothesline at the Tennessee house, and the wind was blowing fiercely. And these things didn't budge. Did not budge. These things are pathetic. But, because they are such a good quality, I've only been able to, I've had these, y'all, I've had these, oh my goodness, probably since 2012 or 13. And I don't remember how many packs I bought, and I really don't remember how much they are. But they're not cheap and flimsy and funky like the other ones that are cheap and flimsy and funky. So, it's an investment. But once you buy them, you will not be sorry, in my opinion. Okay, we've talked enough about the clothespins. So I want to go in, share those 4 things with you. I won. He won. And then talk to you about the peppers. And then I'm going to see you back again tomorrow, because I have a video tomorrow for you as well. And I'm just so thankful you're here. Oh. Okay. You might hear John Boy chopping wood in the background. He loves it. Well, maybe not loves it, but he doesn't mind it. And I got me some more basil for my water. I went to grab me some cherry tomatoes for a snack. And I welcome y'all to come and sit a spell. And let's talk for just a few minutes. Get that basil in my water. I've also got aloe vera juice in here from it's inner fillet. Love this. It's called Jar Jackets. This is its silicone wrap for my water. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate it. I use it all the time. Oh, and Karen gave me this too. Thanks, Miss Karen. I love it. We love it. Mr. Patient uses these for his juice drinks. We're working on some health things with Mr. Patient, but we'll share that later, or not at all. You know, we'll see. Okay, well, I wanted to come out here because it was a little warm in the house, just a little bit. Oh, the breeze, y'all. If you haven't checked the last conversation that I had with you about the Good Steward series, please do that. You'll get a better understanding of what's going on. 4 tenets or prongs or talking points. Number 1, I am worthy. I am worthy. Even if you don't believe this, can you at least write it down for me, please? Write it down for me, for you. I am worthy. You don't have to believe it. You're just writing it. I am intelligent. I am intelligent. Okay? You don't have to believe it. Just write it. The next one. I am talented. I am talented. And the last one. I am capable. I am capable. Now, what I'd like for you to do in the comment section below, if you feel comfortable doing so, type out another I am that is not encompassed in the ones that we are talking about. All right, we're going to talk about those four in the next few days. Now, I'm going to show you this where I made this the beginning of the hot sauce. I'm fermenting the pepper slush, the pepper slurry, the pepper mash. I'm fermenting it, and I started it Sunday. So I talk a little bit about the day of rest also. So that's another thing that it helps us to learn and grow, do better and be better. So I kind of mentioned that in this next clip. Friends. All right, right now I am in from the garden. This is a Sunday afternoon. September 5th is what today is actually. The weather is so phenomenal. It started out raining this morning, but it is so wonderful now. And we came home from worship and ate our lunch. And Mr. Patient and I took a nap on the couch, and the kids went out and played some cornhole. And then he and I went outside to absorb some good, healthy vitamin D into our skin and just fresh air, and to watch the kids play. So, we don't usually work on Sundays. That's something that you will need to decide for yourself. Some people take their rest day or their Sabbath rest day on Saturdays. That's fine too. We have, for the past year or two, taken a very intentional effort to not work on Sundays. Now, when we say not work, Mr. Patient, as the head of the house, defines that as not something that you feel like you have to do, but if you want to do it, fine. Sometimes John Boy chooses to mow the yard on Sundays. That's fine. We're not legalistic about it. If he chooses, we've told him he does not have to, but he says, I think I just want to. So, you know, I know some things you have to get done. You know, if you've got, I understand that. We could give examples. But if you don't have to, you know, if something's not screaming, you don't have, you know, some people have to go to their job on Sunday. I get that too. So this is no judgment. I'm just sharing what we do and how we, our philosophy, and how we have tried to rest on Sundays. And it has made a world of difference. So I encourage you to choose a day of rest sometime. And it doesn't have to be tied with, necessarily, if you don't believe in doing it for religious reasons, that's fine too. You know, and I have a friend who rests on Monday. That is her rest day. She doesn't have little children at home, but that is the day she chooses to stay in her pajamas and just rest. So that's fine. And I said all that to say, because I've been to my garden today, and I have pulled all the pepper plants, and it's just something I wanted to do. It's just a relaxing thing I want to do. It's not, they're not screaming at me to pull them, but I wanted to do that and try my hand at something today, and I wanted to bring you along with me. So as part of being a good steward of the earth, I'm trying to plant what I can. Not, of course, it's not everything. I wish I could plant more, but it's more than I was, you know, last year when I was living in an RV. And I hope to plant more again next year. So this is, I do mention the date because here in mid-Ohio, it is September 5th. And from what my father tells me, who is from here and lives here, it could frost even. He said the year he was born in 1943, the first frost or snow, the first snow, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was October 10th, first half of October. And you could probably look that up on the internet, I don't know. But so yeah, I'm trying to get ready for my fall garden. And I thought, you know, I want to try my hand at something new, and I wanted to bring y'all along with me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then we're going to jump right into that. But I have my harvest basket of peppers. Now I pulled the plants and tossed the plants. So I have got cayennes, probably just a good handful, all the cayennes, and then probably, you know, about a third of a basket of jalapenos, red and green. Now please forgive me, I don't have my filming lights in here today, but like I said, I didn't set up to do a big work thing, just to share, like as if you were sitting here at my bar, and I'm glad you're here. Now, what I'm about to do is to put my gloves on, because you want to have plastic gloves when you're working with peppers, y'all. I'm telling you, you don't want to not have plastic gloves. And I do use the food grade. I do use the food grade gloves, or not cleaning gloves. I'll show you. All right, and I get these at GFS, Gordon Food Service. You can probably buy them anywhere. I don't shop Walmart or Amazon, so I don't know about those places. But this is where we've always gotten the gloves. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my food processor, and I'm going to rinse off all of these peppers. And they shouldn't be dirty. I think I threw away the bad ones, but there's one bad one. And I'm going to rinse them off. And I'm going to put them, I'm going to cut the tops off, throw those away. I'm not going to take the seeds out, because I am trying my hand at hot sauce. Now, I'm going to ferment the peppers first. So I don't know technically if that's called fermented hot sauce, because this isn't the one and only step. So we'll get to that. I am going to bring you an update, a progress report on my peppers. But right now, I'm just going to wash them, and I'm going to get them in my food processor, and I'm going to make a mash. Basically, I'm just going to process them into a mushy mash, and I'm going to weigh or measure. I could weigh it too, but I'm going to measure these out, and I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of real salt, and this is Redmond's real salt. But anyway, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of that for every cup of my pepper mash. And I'm going to mix that together, and I'm going to put it in my sterilized jar. And then I have, only have one of these, because this was a gift when we went to visit Doug and Stacy. You might be familiar with Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. The first time we went and visited, and Stacy gifted this to, it's a mason top, burp, narrow mouth, I don't remember what they call them, top, anyway, bubble top, I don't remember the name. Anyway, and it, she gave that to Little Miss Homemaker as she was beginning her fermenting journey. I really need to get some more. It just hasn't happened yet. I need to get some more. I need some narrow mouth and some wide, but I just haven't done it yet. I need to do that. That's on the list. But that will go on top with our ring, and that way you don't have to burp the peppers while they're fermenting. So that's what I'm about to do. So let's see how this works out. Peppers are already starting to release their juices. I have not added any water. You could add a salt brine, or a brine made of salt and water. That's one way to do this that I've researched, but we're just going to do just the peppers and the salt, and we're going to pack them into my quart jar. We have 4 cups of peppers and 4 teaspoons of salt. I do want my resulting liquid to cover my peppers. So I'm probably going to come back and press the peppers into the liquid every couple of days, or every day for as long as it takes to make sure I have liquid at the top. Right, I came in here and realized there is not enough liquid in here, so I'm going to make a solution of a half a cup of pure Berkey water and a half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to put that on top. Also, I wish I had a wide mouth, what do they call those? Pickle pipes, I think. I wish I had a wide mouth so I could put this in a wide mouth jar. It might spill and bubble over, but I'll just put it on a plate or something.